Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight for the season opener with the Mr. Radiator Truck Series with GLSR. Tonight, we are here at Talladega, and in the booth with me, Christian Taylor. Christian, how you feeling about this one?
We're at Talladega. How could you not be excited? You know, Talladega, where 3 wide isn't risky. It's just the speed limit, and it's the only place where you can draft with strangers. It's like NASCAR speed dating.
100%. This is going to be exciting. A lot of these guys are new here. They haven't ever raced with any of these people, and we're starting them out in a draft and track. It's going to be interesting to see who works together and who makes some enemies here tonight in the opener.
You know, that big one's coming. It ain't if, it's just when and how many.
Absolutely. And checking out the chat, we got Scott Hayden tuning in. Scott, thanks for tuning in here. We got Connor Gerard out there. As always, Connor never misses a race, and a bunch of others. Folks, we appreciate each and every one of you tuned in here tonight. Christian, how many we got signed in here?
I'm seeing 38 in the session. I'm not sure if that's the total number, but we got a jam-packed session here tonight.
Yeah, going to be basically a full field here tonight. Right now, we're watching Christian Rowdy Angel out there in that 75 Harpoon design sponsored machine. He is looking good here. Let's see what kind of lap time he's got in store for us.
Crossing the line right now. Gonna be on the board with a 9th place. Time is 55.34.
And we jump around here. Chad White and the Hutchinson Motorsports TV 88 truck. That is one good-looking truck, Christian, don't you think?
I think it's good, and it's also fast, too. He's sitting currently 2nd place with the 55.05 on the board, coming around for a 2nd lap. Let's see if he can improve and maybe even put it on the pole position. Look at him cutting the apron like he knows what he's doing.
That should be illegal, Christian. Chad's cheating.
Nah, it's all within the boundaries. And notice what happens? No, he falls to 4th. The 2nd time is not faster. Falls to 6th. He's dropping like a rock.
Ed Robertson, that might be an ugly-looking truck, but he is bad fast here tonight, sitting on the top of the board. 55.01 for Robertson in the 64 Toyota machine.
This session is just jam-packed with people. Robinson dethroned Ricky Springer on the top.
Ricky Springer in that 18, setting the quick time for now, folks. But we still got a little bit to go. We have a message for you, great fans. We appreciate you guys tuning in here. Wednesday night racing with the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series, folks. Be sure, click the like button, subscribe to the page. We have a 14-week season getting started here tonight with the GLSR. Gonna be a great one. And since we have so many races, be sure, click the like button, subscribe to the page here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. That way you don't miss a lap. We've got a message from one of our buddies, Larry McReynolds. You might have heard of him. Here it is.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Christian, what do you think of that message from America's crew chief, Larry McReynolds?
You know, if the American's crew chief told me to do 10 jumping jacks right now, I'd have to get out of my chair and do 10 jumping jacks. So if he tells me something as simple as subscribing to a YouTube channel, why would you not listen to a Daytona 500 winning crew chief?
Yeah, you know, Christian, before Larry McReynolds got hooked up with Dale Earnhardt Sr., he just could not get the job done at the 500. But Larry Mack got the job done as the crew chief, and they won it together. But Christian, the field is set, and it is official. Darrell Young Jr., quick time, top of the board. He's going to kick off from the pole position. And up next here, Christian, is going to be tonight's grid. Let's find some of these patented tunes here with Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Kick back and relax. You are in for a treat tonight. If you've never been here before, let me find a good one. We got some new tunes for you great fans at home we've been working on. Here's the one. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starting lineup, the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series here with the Harpoon Design 75 at Talladega. This is our season opener, and here is your starting lineup tonight. On the front row from the pole position in the 71 machine with Harpoon Design Racing, Darrell Young Jr. On his outside, the 18, Ricky Springer.
Moving right along to row number 2 on the outside, Ed Robertson in the 64 from Mad Muffin Motorsports. To his inside, Sam Burchot in the 98.
Row number 3 on the inside in the 52, Tyler Hallman on his outside in the 21, Brandon Alpha, the column reach.
Row number 4, Christian Rowdy Angel in the 75, another Harpoon Design Racing machine. Next to him, you got Garrett D. Grant in the 5.
And in row number 5 on the inside, going to be the 19 truck, Cedric Ingram on his outside, all the way from Canada, Tristan Ladowski.
Going to be back to row number 6. You'll find the 97 of Jacob Thornton from TI Racing. To his outside, Richard Midkiff at the 29.
In the 13th position, we know this youngster in the 34 truck, Logan Festchishin on his outside, the 4 of Colin Fanbro.
Moving on back to Jared Ray Hutton in the 50. To his outside, Justin Bondurant in the 9 from Team Force Racing.
Row number 9 in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV number 88 machine, disappointing effort in qualifying. It's Chad White on his outside, the 37, Will Martin.
Moving back to row number 10, Jason Dalton in the 2 car. Dylan Rosenberg in the 91 is going to be to his outside.
Starting in the 21st starting position in the 7 truck, Tanyan Sutphin on his outside, the 3 of Chris Sawyer.
Sean Peachin in the 51 with an outside, Forrest Smith in the 15. That was your 23rd and 24th position.
And in row 13 in the 22 machine, Sam Barnes on his outside in the 86, Caleb Fosnaught.
Row number 14, Matt Tedler in the 11. Chris D. Machine from Double Shot Racing in the 48.
Starting in the 29th position in the 33, Robert Lukens on his outside, the 14, Ben Pierce.
Robert Lukens going to need some luck, but moving right on back, Anthony Marshall in the 36 car and Steve Tucker in the 1.
And we have Lucas Strayer, Diago Sains, Jason Clark Sr., Joey Leducer, Peyton Barfield, Brian Sutphin, rounding out the field here tonight. Christian, looks like 39 trucks signed in here tonight.
A packed field here at Talladega. Look at those trucks. They are all lined up. The pace car says, oh no, I gotta get out of the way. These look like some mean machines here in the Mr. Radiator Truck Series. Blake, take it away.
Pace car is in. Field is set in front of a sold-out crowd. Entering the tri-oval. Green flag in the air. Mr. Radiator Truck Series is underway.
The field is rumbling down the front stretch. Not a fan in the stands, on their seats. Everyone's on their feet. They're already going to be poking it 3 wide back there mid-pack. Look at these beautiful machines roar around this track. The beautiful Talladega is alive and well here in the Mr. Radiator Truck Series.
Absolutely. How aggressive are these guys going to be? Christian, I don't even know if we have stages tonight. All I know, we have 75 laps, and out front, Ricky Springer and Darrell Young duking it out for that race lead.
Definitely so. Side-by-side battle for your race lead. I'm going to be briefing everyone on some, session information here in just a few moments.
As they head down the straightaway here, Springer and Young leading the pack here as Robertson giving a big push on that inside line. Let's hop on board with this 64 truck.
All over his back bumper there.
Giving it everything
shot.
he's got. They're not worried about saving fuel here, Christian. It is go time for these boys.
No, this ain't no Cup Series. These guys ain't, no full saving amateurs. They are going to go all out because they know what's at stake here. To win on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service, is better than winning in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Absolutely. And right now we are with our eyes in the sky. Brantley Roden up there in the Harpoon design blimp right now. Christian, I think it's time. Let's do a little peep the paints and take a look at what we got through the field.
Peeping the paints indeed. Let's see what we got, ladies and gentlemen.
Get a closer look here. Here's a truck that's looking good. Brantley had a hand in making this thing. Designed by Harpoon Design, that 88 of Chad White. He's not very quick, but he's looking pretty good to me.
One of the most beautiful trucks on the track, carrying the Hutchinson Motorsports TV colors, also carrying the Harpoon Design colors. Gonna move on back to Steve Tucker from Boston, Massachusetts. That might just be another Harpoon Design paint.
Yeah, now look at this one here. How about Chris Sawyer in that #3 truck, Christian? That is a good-looking paint here tonight.
Definitely so. Is that the truck that's wintering all white for you?
Yeah, and Christian, keep an eye on that truck if you know what I mean.
I'm definitely keeping an eye on it.
Well,
I
we
know
look-
exactly what you mean. We ain't going to spoil it just yet, though, ladies and gentlemen.
And we look back here right now. I'm trying to find the battle for last. These two are not on the track. Here's the battle for last right here. Anthony Marshall in that 36 truck here.
M&M's. I wonder who he's a fan of.
I don't know. All I know is he's not very quick. And how about Dean Machine, Christian? That 48 battling for last.
That machine is so mean they had to name it twice.
Yeah, it's a good-looking truck, though. I'll give him that. But it looks like he needs a new power plant. But let's go up to the front here. Take a look at some of these paints. What about Ricky Springer here and that #18 truck sitting in the second spot up high?
Definitely one of them. I'd say another beautiful paint there. You said the 18 rocking the Harpoon Design too, ain't it?
I think it was here. Ricky Springer. It's hard to tell. No, he's not. No,
that
he's
is not. That is not Harpoon Design. He should go to harpoondesign.com right now and order a new paint suit.
Yeah, well, Brantley Roden a little busy right now. He's also spotting for some of his drivers, so that's all we're going to do with Peep the Paints for now. We'll get back to that later. But right now, we are still clean and green as Tristan LeDucer in that 92 ripping it around the speedway.
The 18 just blocked the entire high line there and
Yellow
almost
flag.
caused a checkup. Caution, it's out. Why?
Somebody, Ben Pierce ran off the track here. Hang on here. Oh, you got dumped.
Oh, 33 hard into the 14. He's going to be filling that one next week.
Well, let's see. Oh, it looks like the 22 just comes down. Not clear, bud. So we got the 14 of Ben Pierce ripping it around. The 22 just comes down, tries to throw a block. There's a truck there, and then he gets smoked.
33 had nowhere to go, but definitely inserted himself into the 14's bed of that truck.
Yeah, well, the good news, though, here, we got Mr. Steve Tucker back here. He is in the back, but he's staying out of trouble, running in the 37th position. Steve, you need to get on the gas, bud. We know you got some talent at these super speedways. We saw that last week.
Raced his way into the show, finished second, I believe, in the show. Definitely was a strong competitor last week. But ladies and gentlemen, while we're on caution, I promised you some information on this league. I've done my homework. I've read the chats. Tonight's race, as you can see up top, 75 laps here tonight. We haven't had any mentioning of stage. 78 degrees out here tonight. And 3 sets of tires over the wall. Of course, that doesn't come into too much play here at the super speedways. Look at that, though. Like I said, 78 degrees. Track temp is a whopping 127 degrees. You could cook eggs on that track.
How is the track 127 degrees, Christian, when it's 78 out? Did we roll some heaters out there before the race?
We did. We actually installed heaters within the walls, and the sun is beating right down. The Alabama sun is baking this track right now.
This is incredible. Somehow the track is about double what the temperature outside is, but how about this sold-out crowd? Wow, Christian, can you believe we sold out a day race at Talladega on a Wednesday.
Sold out a day race, Talladega, Wednesday night. They heard that Hutchinson Motorsports TV would be there, and they knew that the Harpoon design blimp would be in the sky. This show that these drivers are putting on right now is the spectacle of ages. You will not find a event more noble, more powerful than this one.
Absolutely. And Daryl Young Jr. putting on a clinic. And how about that from Peoria, Illinois? You know, Daryl from my home state of Illinois, he's not very close to me. He's pretty far up north, but he is running pretty good here in that 71 truck as your race leader. Then we jump back here, second place currently, Tyler Hallman. He's running pretty good in that 52 truck as well. But checking out the chat, we got Connor Gerard, Brantley Roden in the chat from Harpoon Design, folks. While he's available, you better head on over to harpoondesign.com, snag yourself a paint. They start at just $25, which is a steal.
You know, I don't know if you mentioned it yet or not, Blake, but who's the #1 painter on Trading Paints?
Well, you know, I just can't seem to remember, Christian. I'm going to have to double check real quick, and maybe I'll show the fans as well.
All right, we're under caution still, probably at least 2 to go. So let's
go ahead and pull this up. Let's take away this patented Hutchinson Motorsports tower. So here we are. We're just on Trading Paints. You know, I haven't confirmed this, so I have no clue. But you know, I'm just going to go to showroom real quick. Go down to painters here. You know, right on the dot. See who the #1 is. So this is just going to load. I have no idea who this could possibly be. But here we go. Oh, Christian, who is that?
Is that Brantley Roden from Harpoon Design?
That's ridiculous. Brantley Roden from, look at all these paints, Christian. How has he done so many?
You know,
my goodness.
He has over 1,000 paints available on his Trading Paints.
It's
and
never
if you
ending.
Go to Harpoon Design, never ending. If you have a favorite driver, I can almost guarantee you're going to find that paint on there.
Yeah, and if you want a custom paint job, that's the way to go. You know, quit getting out here. A lot of these guys have stock paint jobs. Pretty boring. Anybody can grab a stock paint job. But you want to look unique. You want to look fast on the track. I mean, even if you're slow, you at least want to look fast. And Brantley Roden can help you out. Do the part. HarpoonDesign.com.
Definitely. So we have a message from one of the drivers here tonight, Daryl Young. It says he's going real fast and real left, but I thought the caution was out.
Well, he's got his phone in the car or the truck with him, and we do know Daryl Young, I believe, is a fellow driver of Harpoon Design. So Brantley Roden really rooting for him, and Daryl Young definitely has some speed, and maybe Daryl can give Steve Tucker some pointers.
He's leading this race. He's texting and leading.
Yeah, he's leading this race, but his teammate Steve Tucker is not. He is basically in last, Christian.
My, oh my.
Well, Brantley Roden has to have some mixed feelings out here tonight. You know, has to be feeling real good. He's got 2 drivers in the top 3 right now, it looks like. But he's got one basically in last as well. So he really has to have some mixed feelings. But we're early on. Hopefully we can get Steve back up to the front as well. But we have a stout field here tonight. Christian, have you seen some of these iRatings? Some of these guys are total ringers, and one of which is Daryl Young, our race leader, at 5,188 iRating.
You got him, like you said, 5,100. You have Sam Bouchot in the 6th position in the 98 machine. He's at 5,070 himself. And there's some more notables still out the field. We just can't go through them all. But ladies and gentlemen, that pace car, I can see the driver shaking in his boots. He's about to get out of the way.
He better get out of the way or he's going to get run over. He's going to head down to the pit road here as Daryl Young out front, your race leader, in front of a sold-out crowd on his outside. Going to be the 52, Tyler Hallman. Field is set, ready to roll. Talladega, on your feet, off your seats. Green flag in the air again.
That bottom line is just spaced out. The 50 slammed the back of the 97 right there before the restart. I bet there's going to be some damage involved. That was a hard lick. Nonetheless, they're rumbling down the track. We're going to go to our track cams here. We literally have cameramen laying on the super speedway. One right here is poached up on the wall. We don't care about their safeties. They're contractors anyway.
Ripping it down across the track. It's time for your Harpoon Design. Bring the noise with nearly 40 trucks here at Talladega. We see the blimp in the sky right now, Christian. Unbelievable. These angles are incredible. If you can even hear me with 40 engines ripping it around Talladega Superspeedway.
Watch this shot right here. Oh my, the car's just ripping on by.
Absolutely incredible as we head back up front here. As your race leader, still Darrell Young Jr. has to be feeling good, has his phone in the truck with him, but he is cruising. And Devin Ramsey just subscribed to Hutchinson Motorsports TV, Christian.
David Ramsey, the GOAT.
That is Devin Ramsey. But Mr. Ramsey, we appreciate you coming in, tuning in. Hutchinson Motorsports TV right now, Christian. Jumping back here, Peyton Barfield currently running in the 25th position.
Peyton Barfield running that Red Bull truck right there behind Chad White. They have ran around each other for a couple years now. Peyton was one of those drivers, started about the same time I did, and definitely has advanced into one of the better drivers I know.
He's doing a good job so far. He's gained 13 positions since the start of this race. How about the 69 KY machine there on the bottom? That is one good-looking truck here. Jason Clark Sr.
I hear that truck's always loose.
At all times, wouldn't have it any other way. Jason Clark ripping it around the 24th position as we head back up front. Young Jr. still your leader with Ricky Springer on his outside. The third lane foreman up top there, Christian. That's Cedric Ingram leading that third pack.
Definitely so. This track is wide enough to comfortably sit 3 wide action, you know, as long as the drivers know what they're doing. And of course, all the drivers here at Mr. Radiator Series knows what they're doing.
Right now, Logan Festchishin out of Brockport, New York, currently running in the 8th position. Did you think Logan could run in the top 10 here tonight, Christian?
I did not personally, but you know, quiz me, okay? It says it's pronounced Festchishin. Did I do it right?
Festchishin. Logan Festchishin. And trust me, folks, most of you aren't going to know that, and I don't blame you. It took me about a year to learn that. We've raced with Logan a lot as the 52 throws a block down to the bottom.
52 down to the bottom. The 97 is going to be trying to lead 2 lanes on the top. That's how you get turned here at Talladega.
Yeah, you know, they really want to lead this race. Here we are early on, pulling up your Hutchinson Motorsports tower cam here on lap number 12, heading into 13 next time around.
So look at these trucks side by side, 3 wide racing right now. Ain't it a beautiful shot right here? Just watching them zoom on by. The banking's 32 degrees of action.
Absolutely, 32 degrees. Most people don't realize how steep that is, Christian. Whenever you're standing at the bottom of that banking, good luck trying to walk up that thing.
It's like you're walking up a wall almost, you know. Banking at the max is actually 33 degrees, 2.66 miles. This is the longest oval in NASCAR.
100%. Dylan Rosenberg, we know him well from the All-American Cup Series. He is trying his hand here with the Mr. Radiator trucks currently running in the 11th position.
It's time for your Hutchinson Motorsports TV fun fact. This track opened back in 1969. Its first race was won by a Richard Brickhouse after top drivers boycotted it due to tire concerns.
Wow, what a bunch of cowards, Christian.
Definitely so. Who cares about safety?
I mean, what year did this place open? Who cares about safety back then? I mean, I don't think NASCAR put seatbelts in back then.
Like I said, 1969, they probably raced with cigarettes in their mouths and, you know, regular car seatbelts, if that.
100% jumping around the field here. We got Logan Festchishin back to 12th. Dropping further back here, fastest lap of the session just put down by Forrest Smith in the 24th position. Forrest trying to hang on to that lead draft pack here.
Forrest is going to get a run. Probably set a really good lap here. Not as good as a lap as the NASCAR fastest record speed, which is held at this track. 212 miles an hour back in 1987. Blake, do you have any idea who that might have been?
1987. Let's go with Allison.
You are incorrect, sir. It was Bill Elliott.
That was my next guess, Christian.
that is the fastest recorded speed in NASCAR history, 212 miles an hour.
And I think that's something they're not going to have to worry about that being broken anytime soon.
Not with the car that we had today, that is for sure.
And we go up to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV spotter cam out front. Your race leader is now Tyler Hallman in that 52 truck. Ricky Springer in second, followed by Jacob Thornton running in the third position. Still clean and green. This has been a pretty good race here. Normally, these big pack super speedway races are crash fest, Christian, but not here in the Mr. Radiator Truck Series.
Stay tuned, Blake. You know, these guys, they know that they're only on lap 16 of 75, and somebody goes off the track back there in the back.
Yeah, not sure why. He might have got a little scared there. Just wanted to go to the back. Can't hang with
That
him.
was the 11 of Matt Tedler.
Matt Tedler's scared. Drops to the back, says, boys, I'm scared of racing. I want to go to the back.
Look at him go. The 41's going to shoot around him. He's just trying to get his speed back up, now getting back into the draft. There's a second pack trying to break off in the main pack back here. These are the guys that saying, you know, I'm scared to get the brakes. I'm going to just hang on back.
And we got Lucas Schreier here. We are knowing Luke as well. He's running in at least 2 of our leagues, maybe 3. Hell, I don't know. But the Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, Lucas Schreier out here in the 41 truck, currently running in the 25th position. Christian, now what truck have you been keeping an eye on here since the start of this one?
You know, I've been keeping a track of some of my 5150 brethren, whether it be, you know, the 44, Peyton Barfield. He's kind of sneaking up towards the closer pack there in that Red Bull machine. You know, Red Bull. Have you ever drunk a Red Bull?
Yeah, you know, sometimes I'll have one if I need to be woken up.
In my opinion, they're junk. But nonetheless, Chad White right there in that beautiful Hutchinson Motorsports TV machine, also creeping up towards the beginning.
Yeah, and Christian, I'm starting to think there might be a pact here between these two former 5150 series drivers, Chad White and Peyton Barfield. Looks like they are working together, and they have worked themselves up to the top 10 right now. Third lane forming again up top here. Let's see if there are any takers, one of which appears to be the 51 hanging on to the back of that pack. Sean Peshin here in the 51 truck trying to give a push to the 91 of Rosenberg. Here's Rosenberg. Let's go to the right rear suspension cam. Dylan Rosenberg out of Bath, Pennsylvania. He's going nowhere, Christian. They need some help.
Yeah, he's driving that Miller Highlight truck. He's just high racing.
Yeah, the champagne of beers, Miller High Life, trying to make that top lane work. Not getting many takers, and it looks like they're going to get another one behind them. Let's hop on board here with Sean Petchin in that 51 truck. He is right smack dab in the middle of this thing. Now, Christian, you know what? I think it's time. You know, last night, if you were tuned in for our Tuesday night Stars and Stripes series, I was flying the drone around a little bit, had some good shots, but we lost another one. But I think I'm feeling good about tonight, Christian. I'm going to take this thing around for a spin.
There you go. Now, Blake, you've crashed 3 drones in 2 weeks, okay? We cannot afford to lose another one.
Yeah, well,
Look at
don't.
the 37, taking it 4 wide.
This is incredible. I can't believe I'm getting this. I'm going to get down a little bit in a moment.
Careful, careful, careful. Look at him. Look at that.
Look how
shot.
fast this thing is,
What?
Christian. I'm blowing right by him. Later, losers. Oh, look out. Oh. Well, we lost another one, Christian. It is on the back stretch right now. We hopefully won't get a debris caution. There is a drone on the back stretch.
You know, it's only a little bit of plastic and, you know, $300 worth of equipment, but, you know, I don't think it's going to hurt these trucks too bad if somebody hits it.
Yeah, we're just going to leave it out there. Keep it clean and green. We're already on lap number 21, Christian. We're over a third of the way done here. Well, we're almost a third of the way done here with the Mr. Radiator Truck Series season opener here at Talladega. And, Christian, would you mind pulling up this series schedule so we can let our fans know what they can expect here in the coming weeks with the GLSR Mr. Radiator Trucks?
I will get that handy. Give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Christian's going to get the schedule. It is an amazing schedule. You know, I was looking at it earlier. All kinds of great tracks for these drivers to showcase themselves. Believe we have 35 full-time racers with another handful or two of part-timers as well. So it should be jam-packed every single week here. We're expecting 35 to 40 cars every week.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to take a quick moment and do a schedule debrief. We are here at Talladega Super Speedway tonight. Next week, on the 3rd, we're going to Atlanta Motor Speedway 2008, back in time. Then I'm just going to go quickly through the rest in order. Lime Rock Park Road Course Racing, Bristol Motor Speedway, Dover, North Wilkesboro for our throwback night. Then we're going on the dirt to Eldora Speedway, followed by Kansas, Iowa. Auto Club will round out your regular season. Then, November 12th, we will be your patriotic / armed forces night at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 100 laps. Immediately following that, the very next week, we're just going to stay at Charlotte. We're going to stay at Charlotte all week. The road course, Roval. We will be racing in the morning on the Roval. Then, your second to last, December 3rd, Rockingham Speedway. And we will have your championship race for the Mr. Radiator Truck Series. We will crown a champion at Chicagoland.
Wow, what a great schedule. Christian, you know what really jumped out to me? I'm looking forward to the most Eldora. These guys on dirt, it's going to be great. Most of these guys probably haven't ran very much dirt.
You know, we're going to have a conversation. You know, big fields are nice, but I would love to see some heat racing, you know, lock it down to like 20 drivers and make them fight to make the show.
And we'll have to see how that plays out. But right now, Chad White trying to make that top lane go. He is the lead car on that third lane. It's not really gone anywhere yet, but we're going to see if we can get it going as he's got a little bit of help behind him. And one throws a block. That's Peyton Barfield.
That block was almost too late.
Yeah, Peyton Barfield trying to junk his, well, I wouldn't call them teammates, but they are familiar with one another.
You know, but Peyton Barfield is not unfamiliar with wrecking his teammates. His brother, his own flesh and blood, turned off his nose to win a race one time.
That was incredible. You know, flat out dumped his older brother, Bryce Barfield, for a win, and it worked out wonderfully for him.
Definitely so. You know, this is honestly impressive. Our streaks of super speedway racing lately has been full of a lot of tore race cars and junk. We have been, you know, 24 laps here tonight with only a minor incident. It's great, ain't it?
Yeah, you know, it's great to see some clean racing here. We've had a weekly series that's had some issues with that, but nonetheless, the GLSR Mr. Radiator trucks putting on a clinic, folks. We've had one caution.
Definitely gonna see as it keeps going. You know, I don't expect it to stay this clean as we get down to the nitty gritty. We're a third of the way through, 25 out of 75. I expect these drivers to get a little bit more antsy.
Oh, yeah, as the time gets down, and it's going to be interesting to see when pit stops start. We're not really sure how far these guys can go on fuel, but as we're here in lap number 25, folks, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure, click that like button, subscribe to the page, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. This is week number 1 of the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. We're going to take a quick break, but you're not going to miss a lap of action. We're going Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. We'll be back in a moment.
The yellow flag is out.
We are back here at Talladega. Christian, we just saw him junk it, didn't we?
Justin Bondurant involved. We have a few tore up race trucks down here. Oh my. Logan Position involved.
Here it is, the
Brandon Alford
replay
in the
here,
28.
Christian. So the 34 kind of gets a little bit all over the place here. Let's hop up to the chopper cam, see what happens. There's a black 34. That's Festishin gets a bump. Oh, the 48 just dumped him.
And it kept finishing him off.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, the 88 involved as well. And then these guys know where to
gonna get
go.
hit.
Collect a bunch of them.
Oh my goodness. Logan
Steve Tucker tries to stop. Steve Tucker tries to stock upon the bank in there, and he just spins out because it's so steep.
You know, I'd be lying if I say I've never done that at DEGA.
Yeah, just unfortunate there. Logan Festishin just kind of got dumped there by the 48. Nonetheless, though, we are back live. Well, the good news for these guys out front is they're not going to have to worry about some green flag stops. Christian, Rowdy, Angel, your race leader.
I had foreseen a whole field coming in.
Absolutely. Everybody's going to be coming down pit road this time. I think you'd be crazy not to. Connor Gerard in the chat. But, folks, we have 28 people viewed in here tonight for the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series Season Opener at Talladega. Here comes the entire field down pit road. I don't think anybody's going to stay out. It appears that way.
No, definitely not.
There's everybody.
Especially the ones that were involved in it. I'm flying the drone behind Logan's truck right now, and that thing might be junk.
I think so, too. And, Christian, are there any fast repairs here?
To my knowledge, there is not, but we will double check that live while we're watching the pit cycles. Scrolling down the session, fast repairs, you get nothing.
No fast repairs. Looks like the 75 of Christian Rowdy Angel, your race leader out front. Christian Angel has to be feeling good.
Is that Batman?
Yeah, you know, it looks just like him. And you know that is actually him. No, and actually what it is, Christian, it's I believe it's a throwback. Jason Kelsey had a picture looking like that. And I think it's a Jason Kelsey deal.
You know, Jason Kelsey, brother of Travis Kelsey, who's getting married to Taylor Swift. Oh, my goodness!
In case you haven't heard, ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift is getting married. It brought a tear to my eye, Christian.
You know, I can't believe Taylor Swift oh, my goodness. This is going to be such a good wedding.
Yeah, well, Christian, it's time to bring in our race leader, Christian Rowdy Angel. Let's get him in here. Christian, it is Blake and Christian in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, boys?
Hey, not much. You have to be feeling pretty good. You are leading this thing out front here on lap number 31. How is the truck feeling?
It's feeling good, man. It's feeling good. That trial, though, man, it's tricky. I was pushing some trucks in practice, and it can get pretty squirrely down there. So if we're going to see a big one, I think it's going to be in the trial, man. It's really tricky. Really got to side draft that bottom lane, really cut them off if you want to make that middle lane work. So we were able to do it there, get down to the bottom, because we're going to have to pit in about 5 to 6 laps there, and thankfully the caution came out. So yeah, it's been fun, though, man. Hopefully y'all enjoying the show.
Yeah, it's been a great racing so far. That was really the first big wreck of the night. Now, there's rumors going around the garage. You know, those Harpoon design trucks are running pretty good. Are those things legal?
Yeah, they're legal. You know, they're legal, 100%. Promise.
All right, well, hopefully you're all right with post-race tech. But hey, we wanted to let you know, we're not sure you heard this or not, but did you know that Taylor Swift got engaged?
Yeah, man, I know. I fell to my knees in my local Walmart when that happened. So, you know, it's a bad day for me, but it's all right.
Well, Christian, what do you got for our race leader, Christian Angel, here before we send him back?
You know, the man sounds heartbroken that Taylor's off the market, but you know, nonetheless, I'm just gonna say good luck and make sure you back the thing in the wall when you win during your post-race burnouts.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm known for hitting walls pretty well, so we'll see what we can get done here.
Well, Christian, to me it sounded more like he was disappointed that Kelsey was off the market than Taylor.
Hey man, whatever floats your boat.
Well, hey, best of luck to you, Christian. We'll send you down to your team, and hopefully you can finish out this race as well as you're running right now.
Appreciate it, boys. Have a good broadcast.
Yes, sir. Christian Angel, your race leader out front out of Easley, South Carolina. We got him back to his race team. He is lined up, ready to roll. On his outside is going to be Springer in that 18 truck. But folks, as always, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. Be sure, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are just in week number 1 with the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back here with the All-American Cup Series season finale. We're going to be at Darlington. It's going to be hopefully a good one.
Darlington's one of my favorite tracks on the circuit. I'm actually going to be there Sunday at with Hutchinson Motorsports TV is going to be live at the Southern 500, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Christian, as long as you're paying.
You know, I've already bought my tickets, Blake. I've submitted my company request for travel, tickets. It got immediately denied.
Oh, yeah, it was denied before you hit the submit button, bud. But it looks like the field is set. Pace car getting out of the way again. We are lined up, ready to roll. These fans haven't sat down once, Christian. We are heading into lap number 33 with the Harpoon Design 75 at Talladega, the GLSR. Mr. Radiator Trucks, ready to roll. Green flag in the air.
Look at Rowdy get the jump. That beautiful Harpoon Design 75 leading the field down the front stretch, long front stretch, I might add, in the 1 and 2 back green here at the Mr. Radiator Truck Series.
Not a good jump for the outside line. Everybody is bailing because nobody went anywhere. So we're single file in the front. The outside line is nowhere to be found at the moment as they're trying to form it back up.
Definitely the case. There it comes. Some people jumping, shuffling around for position. Got a good run there. Hallman on that high side getting it done with his help behind him. Gonna fall in front of the 75 there. 75 leading, excuse me, second in line to the 52 is leading that bottom pack.
Yeah, Tyler Hallman just took over that race lead, went down to the bottom, and Christian Angel there gave him a shove in the corner, and we heard from him. He says if we get another big one, it's probably going to be in the tri-oval. He thinks it's pretty sketchy down there. And Christian, how hot is that track right now?
The track temp right now sitting at 127 degrees, so it is still hot enough to cook an egg.
Absolutely, it definitely makes sense why that tri-oval is so sketchy here tonight. As Christian Angel continues to run in the bottom lane there, second car on the bottom side, but Dylan Rosenberg on the outside line getting a big run. Can that third lane finally get formed and rolling?
Hopefully so, but Blake, we haven't picked our shots to win it yet tonight.
Oh,
Who do you think's got it?
You know, Christian, I've been thinking about this long and hard. My pick to win it, I'm going with the 75. I think Christian Angel gets the job done with his Hutchinson Motorsports TV first win ever here tonight.
You know, I'm going to pick a machine that is lubed up, slick, and fast. The 69 of Jason D. Clark in the K&Y Jelly Truck.
Boy, that is one of your favorite products to use. I've heard Christian and Jason Clark is representing well, but they are struggling in that top lane once again.
The 91 leading that line. That is the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg, just holding that line back. He might just be slow.
Yeah, meanwhile, Darrell Young Jr., we saw him. He was out front early on. Now he's trying to work his way up. He's going to take that middle line as the 50 kind of cuts him a break there.
Yeah, 50 definitely led up and gave 71 another moment of racing, handed it to him on a platter because that could have ended badly for everybody behind him.
And let's drop to the back some of these guys that were involved in that wreck earlier. These two here. Right now, Logan Festitian struggling to hold on to the draft in that Ford truck, looking like junk.
Definitely so. Involved in that wreck, both of them, the 4 and the 34. We have actually had a retiree that was also involved. Tristan Ladoucher has retired from this race.
Yeah, bad news for him. Not a good night of racing. And I'm looking through the field trying to find our boy, Chad White. Here he is, running in the 18th position. We saw him hit the wall earlier. Was slightly involved in that wreck, but didn't have much damage at all.
You know, I actually, while we were on caution there, I radioed into him on a private channel, and I asked him, I said, dude, do you want to keep your contract? You need to get up there and lead some laps. And he said, man, I'm just so scared, man. These trucks are too fast for me.
You know, Chad's really not pulling his end of the bargain here. We put him in the best looking truck in the field, or one of them, and he is kind of junkier tonight. And Christian, look how terrible that picture is he has.
Yeah, you know, we told him to fix that, by the way.
I guess he's just...
71 into the wall, 9 to 69 turns. Oh, we got a truck blowing over. Big chunk, let's fly with Chad White. Oh my goodness! Chad just hard on the brakes.
Oh my,
what
let's see the replay. I wanted to stay on board there with Chad because I knew he was driving in it, but let's see what happened. It looks like Sam Brochu involved. Oh, the 69, that's your guy, Christian. You just picked him, and he is junk.
He's sliding down. The 44 of Peyton Barfield just slams into him. 98 Brochu involved. Peyton Barfield just had a car literally on his nose.
Oh my, let's see this replay one more time here, folks. Let's hop on board here. Peyton Barfield in the 44, he's feeling good on the backstretch. He's pushing this guy on the bottom. Liking his chances here. Has Lucas Strayer in front of him. He's just cruising. Got a wreck. He goes down the bottom, feeling good, and out of nowhere, wham!
That's a jump scare from hell right there. Boy. He didn't T-bone somebody. He hit him right in the underbelly.
Yeah, he did not expect to be seeing the bottom of a race car there. But Peyton Barfield, the good news is it looks like he doesn't have too much damage. But Christian, I'll tell you who does have too much damage. It's 69 to Jason Clark.
You know, I've had some great luck over in the Stars and Stripes series on Tuesday nights here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV of picking your race winner. However, every other series that if I pick somebody to win, this happens to him. Junk.
Boy, Christian, he rides about a mile on his side and then gets creamed. Straightens him out, though. But I think he is probably done for the night.
I told you that truck was slicked up.
Well, good thing he had the KY on it, or that thing would have rolled over a lot. It looks like here comes all of your race leaders.
Definitely so.
Boy, I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to want to stay out. I'd give it a shot. Well, that might be a lap car, though. Oh, no, it's not. Will Martin's giving it. I don't blame him. You know, he was running in the back. It's only been, what, maybe 10 laps at most. He's probably still got a pit, I'm sure. But if I'm Will Martin, I think it's a good try. Stay out there, see what happens.
Will Martin, him and his, looks like might be his girlfriend on the profile picture. Will, Blake asks that if your girlfriend has any single friends, you know, hit them up.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to have to find out where Bartow is. And, Will, if she's got any friends, I can make Bartow be pretty close.
Definitely so. Ladies and gentlemen, though, while we're under caution, I don't know if this is an official league sponsor or not, but, you know, I've seen this a lot in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and give them a little bit of a shout out. We saw on the back of one of the trucks during that wreck, spoilerdiecast.com, there is actually a league code you could use. Go over there, check out their diecast. Use code GLSR to get free shipping on the diecasts site-wide.
Absolutely. Now, is that the thing Lucas Strayer's always talking about, Christian?
That is, and I've actually used it myself. I like to collect those 164 diecasts mainly because I'm broke and it's all that I can afford right now. But, you know, get a few of them in the car, use that code GLSR and free shipping. You know, if you buy it straight from the manufacturer site, you're going to pay almost half the cost of the diecast in shipping usually, when you could get free shipping over at Spoiler Diecast.
Here it is, Christian. I'm going to take the drone around. I got the backup drone. I'm going to fly up on it here. There you see it, boys. We're watching Lucas Strayer rip it down the pits. He got that truck all fixed up. But spoiler diecast here, team diecast. Then we go to the back here. Use code GLSR. Get a great discount and a great deal.
Can't beat the free shipping.
So Strayer looked like he was slightly involved in that wreck, but truck doesn't look too bad. He's going to get that thing rolling, but Will Martin takes over the race lead. I think it's a good move. Will Martin was in the back. Well, here he is. He's probably not good on fuel. Everybody else is. That's probably why they came down. But, you know, if you're Will Martin, maybe you get a bunch of cautions and it works out for you. Worth a shot.
Definitely so. I see, you know, let's talk about math right now. Okay, Blake, you like math?
A little bit.
31 people watching right now, okay?
Uh-huh.
11 likes.
Whoa.
And only one person talking in chat.
Wow. And you know who's talking in the chat? That's Connor Gerard. I swear that guy, he'd probably talk to himself all night if we let him. But Connor, don't you worry. We see you out there. We're going to chat with you. So Connor Gerard, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, #1 fan. He is always tuned in. He's always chatting. And Connor, how much longer do you think it's going to be until Bones pops in our chat? He usually pops in here about an hour after we get started.
Definitely does. He's probably watching right now. Bones Does is a lurker.
You know, he's always around. And, folks, be sure, though, click that like button, subscribe in the channel. And, Christian, go ahead.
Brantley Roden reminding us that he is still up in the blimp.
Let's hop
by the
up
way,
there.
too, he said earlier that it's cold up there. Blake, did you not put a heater in that blimp?
No, you know, Christian, after our blimp was torn down, I left all that responsibility on Harpoon Design. He can buy his own heater, Christian.
Definitely so. Frank Mertz in the chat. Hello, Frank. How you doing tonight?
Thanks for tuning in. Frank Mertz, are you the new GOAT of Hutchinson Motorsports TV? Connor might have a word to say about that. And Christian, we got the blimp flyover here. Take a look at the top of your screen, folks. Here it comes. The Harpoon Design blimp. There it goes. Wow. Incredible. But folks, be sure, though, click that like button, subscribe to the page. We have a quick message for you. Here you go.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Larry McReynolds letting you know to subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. The pace car is in. Field is set. We are ready to roll here at Talladega in front of a sold-out crowd. They're still standing, Christian. Green flag in the air.
Green flag.
They get rolling. We have some checkups. The 75 and 5 are locked on each other's bumpers. Look at how spaced out that field is on this restart. They know that there's only a handful of laps left before we resolve this race here tonight.
Absolutely jumping around. Sam Brochu, we saw him involved in a wreck earlier. That's the number 98 out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He is sitting at 5,070 iRating. We know he's got some talent. Let's see if he can get back up front.
Definitely so. Look at these trucks go. That's 98 got a run there. He's thinking about, you know, trying to get around the 51 here.
Christian, I'm going for this test truck out here. Chris Sawyer in the test truck.
You know, on my end, he actually, oh no, he's white on my end too.
Absolutely.
He
Chris
is running
Sawyer,
the snow white truck.
looking pretty good out here. If you own a business, folks, get a hold of this. I believe he's in a number 3 truck, but nobody knows. He wouldn't even buy decals for his number, Christian.
He might be racing, you know, he might not have ran out of money just building the truck. He has to race to be able to afford it.
Yeah, it seems that way, but we drop back. Steve Tucker, it's been a night to forget for the one truck of Steve Tucker. I don't think he's been running any better than 26th all night long, and he's getting the push from the 34 behind him. That's Logan Bestician.
You know, he may seems like he's back here out of shape, but I think he knows what he's doing. He might be getting ready to do a sneak up all the way to the front towards the end of this thing. We have 34 laps to go right now, but I'm going to keep an eye on him as it moves forward. You know what? I'm picking a new person to win it now. which means he's probably going to be junk, but Steve Tucker is going to take this home.
All right, Christian changing to Steve Tucker. I'm still sticking with my pick. I got Rowdy running in the 75 truck, currently in 5th. That's Christian Angel. Looking pretty good. He's still up front. But our race leader right now, Will Martin, duking it out with Ricky Springer. Is there 3 wide?
We just had a heck of a save on the track, Blake. We probably have to show the fans at home. Go to the 52 and back it up a little bit.
All right, let me find him here.
Third position.
Here he is, Tyler Hallman here. Let's rewind it. We're still clean and green for now. But here
right
it is.
here. Right there, play. 14, giving him a push.
Oh.
Almost turns him there sideways completely and keeps that. Look at everybody, fanning out thinking he's got the wreck, but no. Tyler Hallman keeps that truck straight.
Yeah, and he's still running up front, too. That's the even better part about it. He didn't have to even drop to the back as a 75. Christian Angel making a move to the outside. He doesn't have much help with him, though.
No, unfortunately, he's going to be falling back. He's going to have to try to jump in front of this 14 to not be sitting down the sucker hole. Is the 14 going to be nice or send him on down? Looks like he's going to be nice to the Rowdy man.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, though, a 3rd lane forming above him, so some of his help is ditching him going to that top lane. We just have not seen that top lane really come in. It's been all about the bottom, and the middle lane hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, but leading that top line is the 71. The 71 of Daryl Young. He is a part of that Harpoon design, so he has a teammate up there with the 75. They might be working together here soon. Try to make a jar to the front.
Yeah, Daryl Young, we heard from Christian Angel that these trucks may or may not be legal. We don't know. We cannot confirm or deny. He's definitely got speed, though, out of Peoria, Illinois. Daryl Young getting a big run on the outside. Taking over the lead briefly.
It was briefly 3 wide. Now it's 2 wide. Harpoon design on the head of this field, controlling this race.
Yep, there we go. We got the 75 of Christian Angel on the bottom lead car, and the lead car in the middle, the 71 of Young.
Those are 2 beautiful trucks, I might add.
And we drop back here. Logan Festchician, after being involved in a wreck earlier, currently running in the 17th position. I just don't think he's got it tonight. Has a little bit of damage and just can't really seem to go anywhere.
Jason Clark in the chat saying he enjoyed being flipped immensely. Fun till it wasn't, he says.
Yeah, well, Jason, if you weren't aware, Christian Taylor here in the booth just picked you probably a lap before you flipped. So you can definitely blame Christian here.
Definitely so. Scrolling up a little bit in the chat, Bones Doze pops in. Hello, race fans. Bone Doze, like we said in the chat with Connor Gerard.
I told you, Christian, it seems like every single night about within an hour of the stream, Bones pops in here, says a word or two, sticks around usually for the finish. But Bones, you're in for a good one here tonight. The GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series season opener right here at Talladega tonight. It is the Harpoon Design 75 here at DEGA.
Talladega, boys race, a whiskey in your glass.
And out front, the 15, Forrest Smith, your race leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not in the Discord already, you join the Discord and you will have access to all of my stupidity in soundboards. Blake seems to clip one every stream.
Yeah, every time Christian says something either weird or cringy, it ends up on the HMS TV soundboard, and we have quite the collection, folks. So check out our description on the video. There's some information in there as well. Hutchinson Motorsports TV Discord, the only place you can see the full HMS TV power rankings. We put those out every week. We have a collected power rankings of all of our leagues, and we rate our drivers. And right now we're at over 100 of them. But once this GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series qualifies here in the next few weeks, it's going to even go up.
It only takes 3 races. So we have, like we mentioned before, Talladega, then Atlanta. And I actually closed the schedule. Give me 1 second, folks. Oh, there it is right there. And then Lime Rock. So we're going road course racing. So 3 different disciplines because it's actually 2008 Atlanta. We're going to rank the Mr. Radiator Truck Series drivers with the rest of Hutchinson Motorsports TV League. See where you rank out.
100%. All kinds of goodies, though, in that description. Check us out. We've got some information as well as our TikTok. But most importantly, you know, we got the TikTok for fun, but it's all about YouTube here. And we would appreciate you to click that subscribe button. We are making a push. We are up to about 650 subscriptions.
The most of any.
Yeah, like Christian said, we have the most subscribers of any channel on the entire internet. It is incredible what we've done, and we are streaming in 1440p, Christian. Nobody else has ever done it.
Never. You know, like, we are the best.
Best in the business, just plain and simple. But the 14 of Pierce out front, Ben Pierce, he is your race leader. Christian, something about Ben Pierce. I'm not sure if he likes me or not. It seems like everything I say in the race chat here in GLSR, he argues with.
Well, you know, you're such a, you know, likable character. For Ben not to like you, I don't know what's wrong with Ben.
I don't know. You know, Ben, you need to start agreeing with me, or I'm going to root for you to get junked. So you better get your act together, Ben. But Ben is feeling good from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He is a big Tide fan. Roll damn Tide. Ben Pierce, your race leader.
Well, Ben's not going to like the third weekend of October when Tennessee beats Bama.
Uh-oh. Ben Pierce still hanging on for now, but he's getting a big push from that 75 of Christian Angel on that bottom lane. But here comes the top line once again. Darrell Young Jr. from Peoria, Illinois, getting a shove out front.
Definitely so. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 25 laps to go. Just want to take a second to say that this... Oh, okay. No, wait. No, whoa. 51. Keep it straight. There he goes. All righty. So, we here in the Mr. Radiator Truck Series have been racing Xfinity in the past. Your past champions have been Alex Cummins, Stephen Miles, Samuel Fontaine twice, and Mark Whitley. So keep an eye out throughout the season. I'm not sure if any of them are here tonight. Not a single
one of those are here tonight.
So we're going to have a new champion this year in the Truck Series for sure.
And I'm not sure if that means none of them are running or what the deal is, but definitely a different crew out here tonight at Talladega, here with your GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series season opener here. 52 laps out of 75 are in the books here. We are still clean and green right now, and looks like Logan Festitian up to 8th right now, Christian.
Definitely a kind of a sleeper cell involved in an incident earlier on. Just got totally junked. Not his fault, but he is trying to make a rally towards the front.
And Logan, the youngster, you know, Christian, looking at his picture there, is that not a face only a mother could love?
You know, definitely so. Logan Festitian.
He's ripping it around. No, we jump back out front. Forrest Smith, now your race leader in the 15 truck there on the bottom. It has been bottom lane dominant here tonight. That appears where you want to be here. They'll have to keep that in mind at the end of this race.
You know, Blake, have you studied our cheat sheet that we got from old Bump and Run Jesse Becker at all?
Not at all, Christian.
Well, let's check on some of his specialists, he says. He says that the 99 of Diego Sanz has 10 Super Speedway starts, 1 win, and is a consistent top finisher. Where is he at right now?
I haven't even seen him once, Christian, so my guess is not very good. He's in the 30th position. So, Jesse, your stats are junk.
All righty. Stephen Miles, not on the track. He's the 67 truck. And Mark Whitley in the 77. Not here, too. Jesse, what are you doing to us, man?
I do believe, though, Mark Whitley is running this series. He is on vacation, if I'm not mistaken, he said. So we know Mark Whitley will be out here. I don't know if Stephen Miles is racing or not. I'm not sure if I've seen him.
You know, Tyler Brewer not racing tonight either. He is one of the highest truck start totals in
big
GLSR
block on the
history.
Outside there. That was that could have been brutal there. The 41 of Lucas Strayer, aggressive block. Christian, these guys starting to get a little dicey.
Lucas Strayer, he also races in the All-American Cup Series. we've covered there that he just mutes all of the racing sounds in the simulator. He doesn't pay any attention to them. He just blasts music. And tonight, I guess I'm gonna say he's listening to Tool.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling good. Hasn't been a good night for him until now. Now he's up front here trying to take over that race lead. Strayer currently in second. Lead car on the outside line.
You got a cluster up here. Look at the race lead right now. 3 wide action.
And I'm trying to look at your Hutchinson Motorsports TV power rankings to see where Lucas Strayer is sitting. I believe I got him up right here. Lucas Strayer currently 13th overall in the HMS TV power rankings from his All-American Cup Series runs. Not too shabby out of 100-plus racers.
Brantley Roden in the chat confirming that the 77 is on vacation.
Yeah, I believe we talked to him, I believe it was last week during the Clash.
I think I remember mentioning that now.
But Darrell Young Jr., your race leader, he's back to the bottom, has his teammate for the first time of the night right behind him, I believe. That's Christian Angel, pushing his teammate Darrell Young out front. Meanwhile, here comes a 97 on the outside. That's Jacob Thornton getting some help here with, who is that behind him? That is the 34 of Logan Festischen. This is the furthest up in the field he's been all night long.
Logan Festischen, definitely one to watch. He's, raced in 5150, got his first ever league win at Martinsville. So, and he's gotten a few in the 5150 Super Speedway Series on Friday nights. Definitely going to be one to keep watching. Logan, bring that trophy home to the Empire.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out. We still have about 19 laps left to go here with the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. We're going to take a final break here for now. But don't you worry, you're not going to miss a single lap. We are going Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. Click the like button. Subscribe to the channel here. World's #1 streaming service, GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series action. We'll be back in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series action. Green flag stops, Christian. It looks like we had one sideways there.
Definitely so. They were coming into pits and just had one junk it.
Trying to see who that was here, scrolling through. It looks like it was Caleb Fosnot. Let's get a better view. Not sure if he had some help there or if he might have just got on a little too quick here. Let's get a better view.
50 behind. 50 behind him. Let's see what happens. That Fallout truck.
Yep, Fallout
Gets
truck
into him,
just smoked
spins him.
You know, I mean,
Hard into the wall.
yeah, I mean, that's bad for Fawson. I'm sure he's not happy, but I mean, honestly, he had the whole apron there. I just think he should have went down on the apron a little quicker there.
Definitely wasn't, you know, it could have been avoided for sure. Wasn't the worst pit road entry we've seen, you know, wasn't a Chris Wright entry.
Yeah, but here's the second group here coming down pit lane. Logan Festchician was your leader down pit road. Let's see if he can hold on to the lead as the first group is coming back around the track here. Well, that's Steve has not pit yet, so this. Hang on, I'm trying to find the pack that did pit here. I don't know. We'll have to cycle through here. We jumped in mid pit stop there because we had the wreck. But meanwhile, Steve Tucker going to take over the race lead, even though not in a good spot. He only has one car with him, and he needs to pit.
Definitely so. If you see on your logs, we can watch something a little comical. It's a 36 pit stop.
I don't know
pretty
who 36
interesting.
was, Christian. You're going to have to give me a name.
And Anthony Marcel. Nonetheless, he entered his box. He slapped the pit wall.
And nonetheless, though, Richard Midkiff running in that 29 truck. He is in third right now. He has pit, I believe. I don't know. Let's try to pull up this pit strategy board. It's hard to tell. Right smack dab in the middle as he crosses the line. We're going to be able to tell here. Midkiff crossing the line, and he has not pit yet.
$13 to go, though, so.
Yeah, we check here. Festchician trying to hang on to that crew he went into the pits with. Looks like he's going to hang on for now. So we're going to see how this pit cycles through here. Steve Tucker, currently your race leader, and I believe these guys can go 30-something laps on fuel. So Steve can make it at least a handful more laps, but he's going to have to head down eventually.
Definitely. So it only takes, you know, one moment to be able to bring a caution out, and the people that stayed out will have the advantage.
Most definitely. And jumping around here, Diego Sanz, the guy that Jesse said was a super speedway ringer. Well, Diego, I haven't been seeing that from you tonight.
Definitely not. Look at that pack back there catching this lead lap.
Here they come. Side by side. This pack here, Ben Pierce leading the group in that 14 truck.
Before the camera cut to this pack, we saw Logan position in that 64. They were working together. They had just, you know, a heck of a run. The 97 got involved before the 18 put them in front, but they still kept their momentum throughout the entirety of it and passed that group of cars on the bottom side. 18 gonna ditch them though.
You know, sometimes our pit indicator isn't always right because there's so many cars, but I kind of feel like this group here has to have had pit. So, I mean, they're right in front of this group in front of them. So, I mean, they have to have pit. So, I would guess Richard Midkiff is going to take over the race lead once Tucker and Sawyer come down. But, again, I can't confirm because there are too many cars on the track for our pit strategy board. Yeah.
Definitely. So the 18's trying to coach his pack into, you know, working together to pass this other lead pack. We got a cluster right here happening. Whoa. Oh my goodness, there's trucks passing like they're sitting still.
They blew by them. They said later losers. Are they in crate engines or what? That was easy.
Oh my goodness. I bet they're saving that fuel if there's the pit, if that's the pack that didn't pit.
I have no clue. You know, I feel like they had to, again, because they would have been a lap ahead or something if they didn't pit. But who knows? All I know right now is Springer is going to be your race leader because Steve Tucker and Sawyer out front, they definitely have not pit. So we got 10 laps left to go here tonight. Mr. Radiator Truck Series here with the GLSRs. It has been a good, clean race here for Super Speedway. 39 cars made the call here tonight. We are into the single digits remaining this time around.
Look at this field, you know, I'm constantly watching that high line. You know, they're trying to get formed up. Logan position 3 back on that high line, the 71 and 52 in front of him. Chad White also behind Logan working together. You see the cars just jockeying for position. They don't know what line they want to be in.
They want whichever line is going to get them to the race lead here with just 9 laps left to go. These guys racing their hearts out. Everybody wants to park it in victory lane on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Into the tri-oval. 8 laps remain here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the tri-oval. I was looking at a replay on my other screen. 8 laps remain this time around. And folks, if you're tuned in here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel here. This is race #1 for the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series.
Listening to the driver communications, the 18, you know, tends to always try to be a super speedway coach out there for his, you know, fellow racers. He's saying that he's the way he's talking is they're gonna have to work together to catch that Tucker and Sawyer.
Maybe they
or
did.
you know that whole field's racing for third basically is what they're sounding like.
I don't know when Tucker and Sawyer pit or how that played out, but I don't know. Maybe I missed something. If you could, I don't know. There's really no way to confirm it again because my pit strategy board only gets the top so many cars.
I am gonna look as we are live still. I'm looking at Steve Tucker's lap times, and you know, consistently the 50 laps all the way back to lap 40. So lap 40 was the last time he had which I think was the caution, was the last time he had a non-speed lap.
That was the same lap as everybody else. So, I mean, I don't know how these guys can make it on fuel, but we'll see how it plays out here. Just 7 laps to go this time around for Tucker out front with Sawyer.
They're going to have to consistently be a second faster than them to catch Tucker and Sawyer, who may be on a winning strategy if the fuel lasts.
Again, I just don't know how they could last when nobody else could, but the 33 getting a push from the way these lap cars trying to junk each other and ruin these guys' chances to win.
That would be horrible if, you know, the lap cars are the reason why.
I don't know what the hell they're doing, honestly. These guys are racing for last. They're a lap down, trying to junk each other. The 33 of Lukens trying to take out the 37 in front of him. That's Will Martin. Yeah, he's going to turn him.
Oh, no, man.
What the hell is he doing? He's trying to ruin this race. He must have a teammate in the back crowd, Christian.
You literally have the race leaders back there. You know, if I was the 3 of the 1 right now, I'm just going to fall back and get behind those lap cars. And, you know, just stay with them because I know I have a 7-second lead. And I think that's what they're doing. The 3 and the 1, you know, simultaneously just, you know, falling back, letting that group go, the 36, the 33, and the 37. They're trying to wreck them. That was horrible.
You know, Robert Lukens, he's apparently it's go time. He thinks he's going to make up 50 seconds here in the next 6 laps remaining, trying to dump this 37. We're going to stay right here for a minute because I wouldn't be shocked, Christian. We see him turn them.
Stay right there because nonetheless, that is going to be your, unless, you know, they're catching them, but I don't know if they're going to have enough time. Tucker, though, falling back off of the 3.
I just don't see how it's possible they make it on fuel because I feel like, oh, yeah, one's heading down.
3 goes in, Tucker don't.
Yeah, there's no way you can make it. It's just not possible because Moore would have stayed out if it was possible. So I think Tucker's just trying to save right now. That's his goal, but he's out of the draft. I think he's kind of cooked right now, Christian.
I'm going to hop. Let me just do some investigation right now.
Again, there's no absolute way he can make it because, again, Moore would have stayed out if so. But nonetheless, we're going to stay tuned right here. This might end up being your battle for the race lead. Side by side through this pack, Darrell Young Jr. currently running in the 4th position, getting a push here to the outside.
We've got a 3-wide paddle right here. 71. Gonna stay in front of the 64, coming down to the 97's door.
Stay tuned
Steve
here.
Tucker, like you said, coming in the pits right now.
I assume. I mean, again, more cars would have stayed out if that was the case. So that's unfortunate. Steve Tucker, he tried something different. I don't blame him. He was hanging out in the back there, had to try something. Didn't play out for him, but they're into the tri-oval. Your race leader going to be Darrell Young Jr. once again. 4 laps remaining here at Talladega for the Mr. Radiator 75. Christian, you think these guys stay clean or they junk it? They junked it.
Nope. Junk it as you said it. The 14 involved, 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it here. Let's look through my logs. Tyler Hallman is junk. Let's see what happened. Well, that's a great view right there. Let me get another one here. Let's rewind it. All right, so it looks like the 97 just goes up the track here. Let's go to the blimp. Harpoon Design blimp here, watching the action. So here we go. The 18 makes a move, just junks him, right hooks him, takes him out.
You know, 18 is in the chat right now telling the other driver how, I quote, effing stupid of a move that was.
Yeah, you know. Well, I mean, Christian, to me, it kind of looked like the 18 did the stupid move. But let's watch this again. So the 18 goes up to the top, and, yeah, just right hooks him. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, the 97 tried to come up with him. You know, I thought maybe he thought that he had a partner with him. I don't know. But it was I'd say a quick move from the 18. We're going to watch in slow motion here.
And we're going to get a good view here. We know the 18, Ricky Springer, not happy, folks. You be the judge at home. You're the iRacing steward as we are at a crawling pace. But this is the Harpoon Design blimp slow motion cam. You see the 18 goes to the top. I mean, he's right on the quarter panel. I mean, does the 97 go with him? Yeah, but I don't. That's a pretty quick judgment call there. I mean, I don't really blame the 97 for coming up, but I think it's just a bad racing deal. I don't think anybody made a horrible move there. Close racing.
Oh, you know, a few hard hits too after that. Unfortunate. You know, I'm gonna say, I can't really. Man, that's just unfortunate.
And, you know, I really don't want to pin it on either of them. I mean, I know the 18, he's not happy, but I don't think the 97 did anything egregious or terrible there. Just a bad deal for everybody there, unfortunately. But out front, Ed Robertson, your race leader in that 64 Toyota truck.
You know, one thing I'm going to say, though, you know, Steve Tucker was on pit road. Did he stay on the lead lap?
I believe he should have.
Yep, he is on the lead lap, so...
Yeah, I mean,
this could be a good scenario for him.
It's going to be a green-white checker, but I don't know, Christian. He's got a lot of cars to pass.
He's in 10th, it looks like.
Oh, wow. Everybody's coming down pit road for some reason.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's going to be good for him. I mean, he's in 10th, but
yeah,
see if he has any good luck on the restart.
Yeah, Steve Tucker, you know, his race was over with, and that caution comes out, and now he's right back in it. Steve Tucker from Boston, Massachusetts, might have this one fall into his lap. Let's see if he's got some magic left in the tank for the one truck, Steve Tucker.
Fox 2 Pontoon in the chat states, I don't think you could put that on the 97. Tough racing. It happens. Definitely so. Everybody else in the chat, you know, say what you think.
Yeah, let us know in the chat again. I mean, I really don't want to pin that on either of them. I can see why the 97 did what he did. I mean, he's just kind of following the truck behind him. And it's like instantly he was out of line. He was at his quarter panel. And just bad timing all around.
You know, I hear all the time in racing, and, you know, maybe this doesn't apply at Super Speedway, and maybe this is even a road course thing. I don't know. But I hear all the time, you know, the car passing has the responsibility to do it cleanly.
That's a good point. You know, I see it both ways there. And, you know, you're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We're at 3 to go now. There's probably like, 5 to go when that wreck happened. I mean, if you're the 97, you see him pull up just a touch. I mean, you've been working with him for quite a while. He probably just assumed he was kind of coming up the track, so he's following him with him, but didn't know the 18 was making them pass or attempt to pass there, and ended up getting junked. But we check up in the chat here. Brantley Roden. He said, looks like 97 to him from up here. Looked like he wanted to go up top, but the 18 was there. So, I don't know. Again, just one of those 50-50 deals. I think if we all polled each other, we'd all see it a different way. Right down the middle, just about.
But I don't know how this league's penalties work, but I know race control is on top of it. And
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not going to reveal. I can see the race controls report. I'm not going to reveal that. I don't think that's my business to reveal, but I'm sure everything will come out in the wash.
Yeah, we'll have to see what race control's decision is, because at the end of the day, our decision doesn't matter and yours really doesn't either. The only one that does is race control. So they'll be on it. They'll make the call. That's what they're getting paid the big bucks for up in the tower. But Christian, we got a message from Larry McReynolds to let our fans know. Let's pull it up for him.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Larry McReynolds letting you know, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to the page here, Hutchison Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. You better listen to America's crew chief, because he wants you to subscribe today. But Connor Gerard in the chat says green, white, checkered time. He is pumped. Christian, are you?
I'm definitely pumped, and we were just talking about leaving it in race control's hands. I could say it now because it's public information. The EOL has been given to the 18 truck.
Oh. Yeah,
So
tough
nonetheless,
call.
though, we're heading out of 4 right now. Robertson and Bondurant going to be starting this one out with Logan and Strayer right there behind them. Grant and Ingram, they are getting ready to go. The pace car driver again shaking in his boots. He knows it's his time to exit stage left. Ladies and gentlemen, green, white, checker.
The anticipation is real in front of this sold-out crowd. Talladega, the Harpoon Design 75 is back underway. Green flag in the air, green, white, checkered here.
The 64 of Robertson, Ed Robertson, that is, leads the field down through turns 1 and 2. We're going to see if we can make it here tonight on our green-white checkered attempt. The 9 of Justin Bondurant, seeing what he could do with Logan position on his 6, pushing him down, but the 41 is there to help Ed as we rumble down the backstretch.
Boy, aggressive moves to the field. Look out, they're throwing blocks all over. Christian, we may not make it to the white flag.
We have 4 wide racing, heading down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. All we got to do is make it to that line. Then this race is official. If the white flag waves, we will be racing back to the line. But we still got to make it to the tri-oval.
Oh, they're pushing hard, but it's still clean for now. Can we get to the line here? Into the tri-oval. We're going to get to it. White flag in the air. We're going to get a finish here, folks.
White flag is out. We are 2 wide for the lead, 3 wide for second. Logan position loses all help that he might have had on the high side. The 9, the 64, fighting for that top spot.
Out of turn 2, out front, Ed Robinson holding that bottom lane. It's been dominant all night long, but here comes the Monster Energy 9 truck. That's Justin Bondurant. We haven't heard much from him yet, but he's here when it matters. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Tight quarters racing the 64, your race leader.
This is where it matters right here. Anything can still happen. Don't let up now. You ain't lost just yet. The 98 poking his nose out. The 9 blocks. This is just going to take the turns him.
The 9 just comes down the track and junks the field. Checkered flag in the air. They're flipping. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Ed Robinson, your winner here tonight.
We had multiple trucks hit the catch fence. Ladies and gentlemen, the medical center staff roll right now.
Oh my, Christian, that was brutal. And, to me, it looked like Justin Bondurant decided he wasn't going to win. So he just comes down the whole track and junks the entire field here. Let's rewind it. I mean, I don't know what the 9 is doing. You can't say you thought he was clear because there was a whole pack, but let's get a better view here at this finish here with the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series Season Opener. So keep an eye. Here's the 9 truck on the top, Monster Energy. He's going to wash up the track here, and he decides, you know what? If I'm not going to win, you're not going to win either. Comes down. Smokes the 41. Everybody else involved. 75 gets junked. 19 basically in the air. 36 turned around. All kinds of madness in the back.
I think we need to watch the end of that race from the 14 car of Ben Pierce. I think he had the wildest ride of the night. One of the wildest rides I've seen.
Here it is, Ben Pierce out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They are swerving all over the place. He's trying to keep his nose clean with the whole pack junking it here down the tri-oval. There it is, the 14 trying to navigate around it. Not happening. My. Let's get another view here. Wow,
definitely a wild
I think
ride.
he crossed the finish line in the air, Christian. Let's hop on board with the 14 of Ben Pierce. Right now he's running around 20th, it looks like, and he's just staying on the gas. He sees some wrecking. He doesn't care, and I don't blame him. He is floored. He says, we're going to get the best finish we can. Uh-oh.
Looking down like he saw a quarter on the track. Ben Pierce. Oh,
Let's
my.
get the Hutchison Motorsports TV right front suspension cam view. Ben Pierce ripping it around the speedway, bringing home a 15th place finish here tonight, and he goes up for a ride right here.
You saw the line briefly as he went over it in the air.
He is junk,
Oh,
Christian.
my.
But Ed Robertson gets the job done, folks. And if you're in the top 3, hop in the chat. We want to interview you. But we got our top 3 interviews coming up next here. Christian, get a hold of them. Get them ready. We're going to play some promos for our fans while we gather our top 3, hopefully.
For the first time ever, it's a racing Hutchison Motorsports TV. Green flag in the air as a GTV. Rip it down the front straight.
Folks, we are back here at Talladega. In the booth with us, we have our 3rd place finisher, the 9 truck, Justin Bondurant. Justin, what a move there at the end. You bring home a podium finish.
Yeah, I got a little crazy there at the end. Some blocks there at the end. I'm not sure how clear I was, but we were able to get a 3rd.
Hey, you did a great job, though. I mean, it's tight quarters racing. Stuff's going to happen. Top 3 finish. Can't complain out of, I believe, 39 trucks here tonight. Christian, what'd you see out of this 9 truck tonight?
Just consistency, making it work out. Want to say, what was your strategy going into the night? Did you want to hang back, or did you just want to go all out like it seemed like you did?
For the beginning of the race, I just hung out in the back. Unfortunately, got caught up in that first or second accident, even being in the back. But yeah, once we were good on fuel there at the end, just go as hard as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Has to feel good. Hot start to the season here. 14-week season. Next week, we are going to be at, I believe you said Atlanta, right, Christian?
That's right, 2008 Atlanta.
How you feeling about your chances at Atlanta, Justin?
I'm not sure which Atlanta we're doing, but either one, it should be fun.
It's the
Old Atlanta, that is.
It's the old Atlanta? Okay, yeah, so we'll be tearing those tires up.
All right, should be exciting. But, hey, great job out there tonight, bringing home the 3rd place finish. Before you head out, you got any shout-outs for our fans at home?
Just shout out the whole Team Force Racing, and look forward to a good year.
All right, well, hey, great job, Justin. We'll send you down to your team.
Thank you.
There's our 3rd place finisher, Justin Bondurant. Christian, go ahead, bring in Lucas Strayer.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, your 2nd place finisher here at Talladega tonight, Luke Strayer in that 41 truck. How did you feel about tonight's race, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize how big track position was. Like, I got on the high side and I just hit a wall at one point. I was just kind of surprised that you couldn't make as many moves as you could. So, yeah, I was glad that pit strategy got us out front. I was great call working with I think it was is there Team Force name? Yeah, Team Force Racing, working with them, making the call early to pit was definitely the right call, and it just put me in the right spot.
Yeah, great job out there, Lucas. You know, you think they'll be making your dice cast for that kind of run?
No, because I didn't win, man. They only make winners. I kind of had hope, but then when I got together with Bondo, like I'm so surprised I hung on to that. Like I'm just watching the replay and I'm like, my wheel's upside down, my wheel's spinning side to side. Like I don't know how I held on to that, but I will take a second. But it'd be cool if they made something. I just got to get a win, so hope
Yeah,
for
well,
wins.
well, if they do, I believe you have a code to use to get a bit of a discount. Is that right?
I do. So you got to go to spoilerdiecast.com and use code GLSR. You get free shipping. We know that not many places are offering free shipping codes anymore unless you listen to a certain whatever thing. But we got free shipping with code GLSR. Check out Spoiler Diecast. And Team Diecast Ford was racing fast tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, well, hey, great job out there tonight, Luke. Top 2 finish. Hopefully you can get one spot better. You got 13 more weeks remaining to do so.
I hope so. My grandpa keeps watching these races and tell me, why don't I win? So I feel like I'm getting closer. So it's going to happen. And hi, Aunt and Uncle, if you're watching too. I didn't wreck. I actually I did wreck. I wrecked twice, but hey.
Hey, well, hey, I'm sure they're proud of you. They did a great job. And Luke, before you head out, I think you should let them know they need to click that subscribe button here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Oh, of course. How else are you going to enter the chat? Like, you got to subscribe, then you can enter the chat, and then you can keep putting messages being like, go, Luke, stop wrecking. Why are you crashing again? Luke, your car is upside down. Like, you need to right side it up. You're not a Jeep or something.
Absolutely. Well, hey, great job out there, Luke. Congratulations on a second place finish.
Thanks, man. Hopefully more to come. At least hopefully a win. Well, a win, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Luke Strayer looking for a win. Maybe he'll get it sometime this season, but now it is time for your race winner here tonight, Talladega, Mr. Radiator Truck Series Harpoon Design 75. Ed Robertson will be taking home the trophy, that number 64 truck. Ed, this is Blake and Christian up at booth. You got a copy?
10-4, I do. How you gentlemen doing?
Doing great tonight. You brought home the win here. Massive crash behind you. We saw you throughout the race. You had a big run there towards the end too, working with the 34 of Logan position there, moving it up to the front. How did you feel?
Yeah. Oh man, this thing, I can't tell you how many bullets I dodged tonight. At one point mid race, just some technical difficulties. My screen literally went completely blank. I saw absolutely nothing on track. I tried to do the smart thing, the best play, just got on the apron, tried to get out of everybody's way. Then miraculously everybody appeared, but now I'm literally dead last. Fortunately, a caution came out, kept me with the pack. I didn't, lose the draft there, get laps down or anything. That was truly the big turnaround point for me. And then, just picked and chose holes to go with, took some certain runs. Was up on the high side, high, wide, and handsome on the very top there with, I believe, the 51 for a while, trying to make that work. And just, man, I can't say much else because it was just exciting from that seat, holding on to that steering wheel. It was nuts out there.
It has to feel great, a race with 39 drivers, some of the best in the business here, and you are the one to park it in victory lane here tonight. Before we close out the night and head out, do you have anything to let our fans know other than what you just had?
I can't thank everybody here at this league that puts this on, just to give me the platform to even race and be able to do this. I can't wait to go back and watch this replay. I'll be honest. Once I came off before, I saw some of those cars going every which way in my mirror. I was yelling and screaming. I may have to go apologize to the wife. I may have woken her up. Sorry, dear. That I'm going to have to watch this replay because once I crossed the line, I was yelling, screaming. I don't think I lifted till I was way on the backstretch. I was so excited. But thanks to everybody that made this happen. You guys up in the broadcast booth, I can't wait to check it out. Hear what it sounded like there at the closing there. So just appreciate everybody, and well, let's see if we can't do this again next week.
Yeah, great job. Has to feel great. And, you know, since you woke up Mrs. Robertson, be sure to let her know she can subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Oh, absolutely, will do.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations, Ed. Hopefully we can talk to you some more this season. Week number 1 out of 14 with the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. You are the winner here at the Harpoon Design 75 at Talladega.
Woo woo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ed Robertson, your race winner here tonight. Like Blake just said, the Harpoon Design 75. Go over to harpoondesign.com right now. Click that little red button in the center. That's going to be your ticket to place your order for your paint scheme here on iRacing from the #1 painter on Trading Paints.
Definitely going to want to do that. But, folks, as always, we greatly appreciate you for tuning in, spending your Wednesday night right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Again, before you head out, click that like button, subscribe to the page. We're going to be back here tomorrow night for the All-American Cup Series season finale at Darlington. Going to be a good one. You're not going to want to miss it. The only way to keep informed is to click that subscribe button. Check out our description as well. We have our Discord channel there and some other information. But as always, thanks again for tuning in here. We're going to sign out here for the night. We got a couple little promos to play for you, let you know some stuff. And until next time, signing out of the booth with Christian Taylor, I am Blake Hutchinson. Thanks again for tuning in.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed. For the first time ever, it's a racing Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Great flag in the air and GTV. Ripping down the front straight. Right there with him. Smokes him. Oh my goodness! Oh! The whole field is jump! It's a parking lot! They door slam each other! Checkered flag in the air! It's gonna be too close to call! Oh, he just got smoked! Oh my goodness! Turned! He got dumped in racing! Caution is out. Oh! He's dead! Toward each other with their chunks and checkered flag!